Hi, I'm Roger, a regular guy. I think I'm a regular guy, but I'm learning that maybe I'm not a regular guy. But we're gonna go with I'm a regular guy with a hotline to spirit, meaning I get to receive information with a ease, fluidity from the many expressions of source, from your guides, my guides, your group, my group, the angels, many expressions of sources. I want to have, so there's that. I want to have an important conversation with you about what's going on, what we're doing, and the importance of it, the purpose of it. So we're all capable, we're ready, we came here to the planet. So see you inside. Let's do it.
Gande ho, gai he hayun dayaho, gai dayaho. Ha.
I'm in my office where I see a lot of people, and or even I do a lot of phone sessions, and over the last couple of years, actually bunch of years, I've been noticing and more something very important that we need to know. You need to know. I know it a lot. I see it every day, and that is what's going on, what we're doing, and the purpose of it. So what's going on is we're all finishing out lessons, many of which we started in other lifetimes. And if that's going to challenge some of you, well, that's good. We all need to be challenged. But we come back here not because, oh, we did something wrong. No, we come back here. But that's why I said at the beginning, the opening of the video today you're watching, we're capable, we're ready, we're here, let's jump in, let's begin. Because we come here because we are so capable and we are so ready with great enthusiasm. We're eager to tackle so many lessons, learnings. That's what they are. So what's going on is we've all come here to the earth to finish out a lot of lessons we started many lifetimes ago. And I mean many, beyond 100, thousands. And we're not taught this in school. We're taught helpful things like dodgeball. So that's why we're having this conversation. So one, we come here to learn. And what are we doing is we're finishing up lessons. Everyone is. And the purpose of that is so that we can take that learning and evolve who and what we are. And think of it this way. Each of those learnings are challenging. Think of a gym. If you go into a gym, if it doesn't challenge you, it's not going to change you. So we come here to be challenged. And very often we're doing more than one lesson at the same time. We stagger it. It's like going to school and we had 6 or 9 subjects. You would do this amount of reading for one subject and this amount of reading for another, and you do different layers. And this you have to the other one you have to another one, maybe the 4th or 5th subject you have to study for a test, and the 6th subject you have to study for a quiz, and then maybe you have to do a science project where you have to build or construct something to bring in. You have to do all these different tasks, these different learnings, these effort-filled actions to learn something, to create something. And that's what we're doing. One right after the other. So when I have someone come in and they say, oh, I'm having this difficulty. I had someone the other day, for example, and she came in and she was expressing that she was having a blankety blank load of problems. And I said, good. And she looked at me and she said, good. And I said, yeah. I said, you're tackling several lessons at the same time. I'm not saying it's fun, but I was proud of her because, well, first of all, I'm doing it too, right? We're all doing it. If you're on the planet, you're finishing up lessons, and it's not something you can escape. Everyone is doing it. Every regular person and every healer. Everyone is doing it. Actually, healers are doing it, I think, even more. How else are they going to be able to guide somebody else through theirs? At least it feels that way. So she had all these different challenges, and she was feeling overwhelmed. And I said, okay, so stop. And I said, there's a couple of rules you need to get. But understand, and this is what I'm sharing with you, we are finishing up lessons from other lifetimes. Many lessons, big lessons, so that with the purpose of to go forward without those learnings, so we can then create something without those frequencies of those lessons. Those frequencies are impactful, otherwise we wouldn't be experiencing them in our lives, without them affecting what we do want to create. How else are we going to create what we want to create if we're experiencing what we don't want to experience, but those things that we don't want to experience are helping us grow? They challenge us. Again, if it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. Soul evolution. So I thought it would be helpful to give you a couple of rules, guidelines to ask yourself, to observe when you're observing your various experiences, challenges, lessons, learnings. You're not doing anything wrong. No one's doing anything wrong. Even the thing you think you shouldn't have done, you learned so much from doing that. Everything is a learning, and everyone is our teacher. Please take that in. And you, not kind of, sorta, you hired everyone to be part of your learning, to be your teacher. So getting mad at them, or mad at God has nothing to do with it, you're doing it, and is not going to help. And that leads us to the first chunk that is so important for all of us to get, and that is, everything happens from us. Get that. Take that in. Oh, I don't know if I necessarily believe that, someone said a couple of weeks ago. I said, well, it's not a religion. That's the setup. That's what I'm told from Spirit. And if you go deep within, you'll know that, yeah, everything happens from us. How is that possible? Well, what are we? There's only one ingredient on the box, and that's light, capital L-I-G-H-T. And anything that we hold and we lay on top of that light gets projected out, and it comes to meet us. And we have a bunch of things we're holding from other lifetimes that we want to finish up and learn from, and move on to new experiences. New experiences of what? Experiences that hold love. And in doing that, we bring more love and light into the planet. And in doing that, the planet's vibration, humanity's vibration, goes up. And we call this the ascension process. So everyone is really busy finishing up many lessons at the same time. We're busy beavers. We're multitaskers. So, one, everything is happening from you, from us. Two, okay, so how do I use that? Well, if it's happening from you, it's because you decided to do a learning. So therefore, everything is happening for you as well. So it's happening from you and for you. And that leads us to a really important question. So intelligent questions they're vitally important. And what is this about is more important than why is this happening. All right? Why is never an intelligent question. What? What is this about? What is this affording me to learn that nothing else could? So if this is happening from me, that means it's happening for me. For me to what? For me to become aware, to get my attention of what I'm holding. How else can you change something if you're not aware you're holding it, that you've laid it on top of your light? And how else can you get the learning? So it's about awareness. So you're having this, it invites you to have this wonderful discovery of, what am I holding? Well, what are your experiences? So that client I mentioned, she came in and she's wonderful. And she's hilarious. She, God love her. She was experiencing. So I asked her to let's look at the attributes, the repeating themes of all her experiences that she's having. And one was that she did not matter, that she was unloved was another, and that she felt unsafe. And a big one was fear, but unsafe kept coming up. And unloved kept coming up, and again, that she did not matter. I do not matter. I was like, okay. And then I muscle tested her. And I also used a pendulum, advanced pendulum. And sure enough, right on the money, she was holding these. So she kept having these experiences that would honor what she was holding. Started to get it? So what we hold, we shall experience. You can't experience something you don't already have. So where did it come from? Did it come from this life? No, she brought it in from another lifetime. So I went in using my gifts, and sure enough, she was holding the frequency of persecution, where she was persecuted in another lifetime. And she had a past life trauma. She had several. So that means it's going to keep vibrating in her fields, and she was holding it in 2 of her hard drives. We have at least 4. We have our physical body, our chakras, our mind, and also our fields. So I have to find out where she's holding it and clear it from there. Otherwise, it will repeat itself. Think of when you put something in the microwave. Just you set it to cook, and you forget about it. It might be like you're heating up a cup of tea. Even though you forget about it, and you get busy maybe cleaning or writing or doing some work from home, you hear the microwave. Once it's done, it beeps, beep, beep, beep. And then if you forget about it, it beeps again later on, beep, beep. And it keeps doing that until you open it and close it or take it out. It's like that. It's getting our attention. That's why the microwave beeps. Or like a Ramada Inn sign that goes like this and blinks at you, right? Or something that's being sold. It's getting your attention to look here. This is our product. This is our. This is what we want you to see. This is what we want you to hear. So our experiences, it's not personal, are letting us know this is what we want you to see. This is what we want you to know. This is what we want you to hear, in order for you to become aware of what you're holding that is not of your light, but you decide to do a learning. So then you want to ask, before you clear it, I'll let you know how you clear it in a second, what is this teaching me? That's why you set it up for many lifetimes. You just don't want to clear it and not get the learning. That's not, I would not advise that. And you probably won't be able to clear it unless you get the learning. So there's no skipping steps. So she was holding persecution. And so she was feeling persecuted by relationships and unloved, and that she didn't matter. And that all came in from many, many lifetimes ago that she was still holding, and past life traumas. That means particularly 2 of them that she did not survive that life from being persecuted. So it was very strong in her fields. And very often, as in always, if there's something that we experience that is traumatic, we have to resolve it, or it comes with us into the next life, and the next life, and the next life. So I know I'm throwing a lot at you, but I want you to understand that we're all doing something really important right now, everybody, and what exactly that is, and the purpose of it, to learn, to evolve. And everyone's finishing up so much. So that came up for her, and all her experiences, even in her apartment, she's experiencing mold. Her environment, she doesn't, and she's, I don't feel safe in there. I can't breathe. You have no idea. I'm suffocating. And so sure enough, persecution. But we're not taught how to understand what it is being human. We're taught from a very external place what being human is. That's quite accurate and incorrect. We come from divinity, from divinity, so we are divine. The only question from there is, what do you want to do with it? So, well, I want to do this, this, and that. Okay, that's great, and that will bring so much light here. But before I do that, and that, what will keep me and really make me good at that, and really evolve me into being all that I am, that I came here to be and bring, is finishing up these lessons. Oh my God, what a great setup! And whenever I vibrate, whether I'm conscious of it or unconscious, it will come and meet me, so then I'll become aware of what I'm holding, and I'll just get the learning, and I'll get the lesson, and everyone that will participate in it that I met up before I came in at a meeting that would help me do all of this. So there's no one against us. Everyone is for us. It's all happening for us. That will help me get this, so I can then do this learning and become what I came here to be, what I came here, and in being that, I can give, offer, inhabit what I came here to share. I can't bring something I'm not being. And the prayer St. Francis, it's one of my favorite prayers. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is doubt, let me bring faith. No, the translation is, where there is doubt, let me be faith. Where there is despair, let me be hope. Where there is darkness, let me be light. Where there is hatred, let me sow. Let me be love. It's about being. What are you being? What your experiences let you know what you're being. It's not happening against you. It's your setup. How incredible is that? How incredible are you? How incredible we are. So in our divinity, because we come from divinity and being divine in our divinity, we want to bring and offer our gifts. And we can only do that best by being all that we are, with all the learning we set up. That's what's going on. That's what we're all doing. That's the important thing we're doing. So, going back to important points, I think they're all important, is everything is happening from you, from us. Everything is happening for us in order for us to learn, to become aware of what we're holding. And then you want to ask yourself, what is this teaching me? What is this affording me to learn that nothing else could? Think of that nothing else could. Think of something in your past that was really difficult, that is done. Even if it's not completely finished, how has it evolved you? Has it changed you? Has it left you stronger, wiser, more in your agency, more who and what you are than you ever were before? And if you don't feel it has, it's because it's not finished. And if you are, very important, if you are hanging out in anger or victimization or blame, then this is not going to really fit you, because you have to be done with that. That's at a very low vibration. I'm not saying you don't have a right to feel that way. I so understand. But as a loving brother, friend, family to you, you gotta climb out of that one. You gotta climb out of those, because that's gonna keep you at a low vibration and in a loop of suffering. And you are so worthy of so much more. So, and as Einstein says, the solution of a problem cannot be found at the level it's created at you. So if you're hanging out in the misery of the experience, and we've all had that, or many of us have. And if you haven't had, bless you. But we all have. It is because we're doing a learning intensive. And you have to say, okay, this is teaching me what? This is happening from me. What have I set this up to learn what? Okay, I'm noticing, and then start noticing similar experiences or a theme, various themes, various teachings. I'm not loving myself. Oh, that's a biggie, right? Wow. That person wasn't loving to me. They weren't loving to me because I'm not loving me. What does that mean? Well, we're always going to experience how we are being towards ourselves first in that formula. There's that as well. So everything's happening from you and for you to become aware of what you're holding. So we're doing a discovery of much. And however I am being towards me, I will keep experiencing. So if I'm generous with myself, I'll experience generosity. If I'm loving to myself, I'll experience love. If I'm none of those things, or the opposite of those things, I'll experience that. Oh, I have absolute power. Yes, you're divine. You can do anything, and anything is possible. So how do you, to answer the question that someone had earlier, I could hear you, even though you haven't even seen this yet. That's what I do. Is how do I then clear those things that I want to finish? Well, you find an energy healer. Am I pitching energy healers? No. I'm just telling you the proper tool for the proper for the task. It's like I wouldn't use a screwdriver to flip pancakes, right? A tool. You find the right tool. I wouldn't call a doctor to fix the plumbing in my apartment. So you have to know what is needed, and what is needed would be an energy healer. There are different kinds. Find the one that feels right for you, that works in past life traumas, ancestral traumas, even traumas through from your ancestors that imprinted on you from your family, that you wanted to do a learning. It's not they did this to you. No, you decide, oh, they're going to help me really do an amazing learning. How cool is that? Wow, we're extraordinary, magical, powerful, beautiful creatures. And someone that could either do advanced kinesiology or pendulum work to muscle test, or pendulum work to see what you're holding. But you got to come to that session knowing that it's all happening from you, that you're doing a learning, that this was purposeful, and all these different experiences are helping you become aware of what you're holding, what you laid on top of what it is you are, which is light. That you are extraordinary. And in choosing love and being love, they're going to come up because at a higher vibration, things of a lower vibration come up to be cleared or released. I think I'll do another video on that subject. I hope this has been helpful. If you got something from it, please leave a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I know it was kind of long, but it's an important conversation, and it's an important teaching that I've learned that I want to share with you. I've learned from my guides and spirits, and I learned from my clients what comes in for them almost every time. So tell me what you got from it. Share with me anything you want. I'd love to hear it. And I'm so glad we had this time together. Please, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, and subscribe. I'm going to be sharing a lot more other things that I think are juicy. God, I love you so much. Much joy, much love, and adventure.
Música